bit.
Here and the rest over there.
Go ahead. Spread it, spread it, spread it. Alright, stop here. Put some over here. Oh, look at them, look at them. Go ahead.
And the rest
Yeah, you go put some over there. Oh, look at this one. Swimming at all of them.
Imagine if that was the same exact one.
Okay. Look here. Now you get out of here. Alright.
Whoa.
You see, he's pushing all of them. Those gray ones are the mean ones. Look at this. Even those gray over there are the one who's eating the
October
other one.
17th, 4:53 a.m. Wow. 133.6. 133.6.
Ah, come on.
Minus 1.8. My goal is to try not to gain more than 50 pounds.
All right, so today is October 17th, and it's 9:30. So today I wasn't planning on going to the gym because my nutrition yesterday wasn't that great. I didn't realize I wasn't eating until I looked at it when I was writing my weight last night, and my weight was actually, I lost how many pounds did I lose last night? Yeah, I lost 0.6 pounds last night. And usually at night, I'm supposed to gain something. It doesn't matter how much, but I'm supposed to gain something because I eat throughout the day. But weight in the morning, I'm supposed to lose something. This is one of the reasons I like to weigh myself in the morning and at night, knowing how the scale show me the result, my final weight for the day, that I lose some weight, and I know I wasn't supposed to lose weight because I have eaten throughout the day, so therefore I should gain something. So this is another reason I love to weigh myself. It's not like I'm obsessed with the scale or my weight. It's just to give me a guidance, and I pretty much go along with the scale. If I know I'm trying to lose weight, I manage my nutrition throughout the day so I don't gain too much throughout the day. So pretty much that's it. Is just because of weight management. That's why I weigh myself. Point whatever or 1 point something. But when I saw my weight was kind of, I lost 0.6 pounds, I was like, let me see, what did I eat? And I realized I didn't eat that much yesterday. So, I drank coffee at 9:56 a.m. with 6:15, 9:56, and 2:15. Then around 9:56, I guess when I came from the gym, I ate 2 bread crusts. It's similar to this. Let me show you. See, I made the bread sandwich for the kids, and I like the crust. I love pizza crust, bread crust, so the kids don't like it, so I saved it for myself. It's something like that I ate yesterday. So, and then I ate some mooncake, 1/3 of a mooncake. There it is. That's this. It was here, and I decided to take a small little piece of it. And then around 6 p.m., I drank a glass of wine, and that was it. And then I lost 0.6 pounds. When I saw that, that's when I reviewed, and I saw I didn't eat that well. So I was like, you know what, my nutrition is not that great. I don't think I should go to the gym and do a crazy workout and then faint and hurt myself and stuff. But I was in the mood to go. So what I did before, when I was living with my oldest to drop him off, I ate a spoon of peanut butter. There it is, 1 spoon of peanut butter around 7:02. That's the exact time I took it. So usually when I don't eat, my nutrition is not that great the following day, and I'm going to the gym in the morning, that's what I do to sort of supplement whatever, to give me at least a little bit of energy and stuff like that, because it's good fat. So that's what I ate. And when I got to the gym, because yesterday I did chest and I was still feeling my my pec was still kind of sore, so I didn't want to do anything upper body. So I did the band exercise. I didn't record it. I did the band exercise And then I did calf raises, leg extension, and hamstring curls. That's it for legs. And then I did some cable crunch, cable chops, and all of that for abs. And I came home and I left the gym exactly at 9 o'clock. So I had like a 45-minute workout. It's the band exercise that took the longest because I usually do a different position, single leg, one leg at a time. So when I finished, I felt really good. I wanted to go upstairs to do some more, and I was like, I'm not gonna push it too much. I feel like I'm not lightheaded, but I don't feel too strong to be doing much more. So I came home. Actually, I stopped at the library to drop a book that my son finished read this morning. And on my way here, and I saw someone, and I spoke with them for like a good 10 minutes. So yeah, now I'm gonna eat this. And I need to put that, right now it's 9:30, 2 slices of bread crust. And then 9:35, I'm gonna drink coffee, a.m. So yeah, so yesterday my son came home. Let me eat this and then I'll talk about that. So I went in the fridge to grab something and I saw this is a sandwich my son left from lunch. So I'm gonna have that also, and I already put it on my food log. So what I'm gonna do before I start working is that I'm gonna make the eggs and stuff like that, because once I start working I'm completely focused. All right, so I was gonna talk about something. I'm gonna eat this too, as a matter of fact. I was gonna talk about something that happened to my son yesterday. I might address it at a later time until I get my mind all set. It's a bit more than just what happened. It's just it just made me think a lot about other kids. But yeah, I'll leave that for another time. It has to do with bullying. That's all I have to say. It's not my son who's bullying anybody. It's the opposite. It's the other way around. But I want to gather my thought first before I bring this topic up. Alright, that's it for now. I'm going to have this just like that. Nothing. And it's 9:46. And I'm going to write this right now. 9:46. You see, I just ate 2 slices of bread crust and leftover ham and cheese. So I'm making up for yesterday. 9:46 a.m., 6 a.m., 1 bagel with nothing and it, just to make sure. Alright, so yeah, let me go do that, and that's it for now. It's about 12:30, and this is what I'm doing. I'm going through some piles of letters and stuff I kept there, and I need to shred. And earlier today, actually, I came across this from Jersey City University, where they have a program. I'm trying to make sure my address doesn't show, for kids. I was gonna throw it away, but when I opened it and I saw they have stuff, writing, reading comprehension workshop for grade 3 and 4. That'll be for my youngest, maybe next year or over the summer. Problem solving. So I saw that for kids, so when I have time I'll go on the computer to look more into it. But I'll save it for now. I wasn't gonna address this now, but as I'm doing this and I'm thinking about what happened to my son yesterday, and he came home, he told me he was playing basketball with some kids, and one of the kid was calling him names, and then the kid hit him physically. So me with my kids, I always teach them to never start anything, because when you're the one who starts the problem, it's hard for anybody to defend you or to eventually get what you want at the end. So I always tell them to avoid people but never start anything. Yesterday's stuff, I know I told you that I appreciate you feel comfortable to talk to me, and you don't do anything stupid at school when the kid is bothering you, remember the person who sometimes start something usually is not the one who get in trouble. It's the person who react to the person who start the trouble. All right? And I'm sorry sometimes I yell at you, and I'm telling you, don't. You're a good kid. You are a good kid. I think you listen to what I said when it comes to things outside the house, but you don't listen to me in the house. Clean your plate, put your clothes certain ways and stuff like that. But I think you're trying. But when it comes to outside of the house, I think you're doing pretty good. And I'm pretty firm about it. And at the same time, it seems like because they're afraid of me, in terms of if they do something wrong at school, and I'm gonna punish them. Punishment meaning that I take the tablet away. Things that they like to do, I don't let them do it. I'm really harsh on that. But I try my best to give them everything that I feel like they need. But when it comes to disciplining my kids, if they're not following my rules and what I tell them, I take things away from them. So, my oldest is very, how will I say that? It really hurts me to see that he's dealing with that in school, for someone to actually hit him physically. I know most people say, oh, it's boys, this and that, but nowadays kids don't fight the way our parents used to fight. During my time, that's when kids started using knives and guns and all of that. I mean, they always had that, but back then people used their fists to fight, right? But they don't do that no more. They just eliminate you completely. So I try for him not to start anything, So when that happened yesterday, he came and told me. He waited until we walked from school and came here. He waited until we got here for him to tell me that he was playing basketball, and then the kid was calling him name, and then the kid hit him physically. So automatically what I did is that I went straight to the computer to see if the school sent me an email. I didn't see anything. So what I did is that I made sure I understand what the problem was, and I asked him to explain in detail to me what's going on. So I wrote the school an email. Pretty much what I told them is that it seems like I'm raising my kids to be a target of bullies, because I try my best for them not to start anything, and it seems like the school is not punishing kids who are bullying other kids. So it seems like I'm pretty much training my kids to be a punching bag. So that's sort of a sense that I sort of put it. And I told them that again, I teach them not to start anything, to speak to an adult when somebody's bothering them, and I also said something in that nature that kids will always find ways to bother other kids when adults are not watching. You were kids once, how kids behave. So, and I said, if things are not working the way I'm trying to, I'm telling my kids to behave, and adults are not doing what they're supposed to do. And I told him to protect himself at all costs. And pretty much now I'm feeling, if something happened, if my kid ended up hitting someone else because the school is not acting up, I have to tell them, look, this is twice in the first school year. We are in October. School started in September. Twice something like that happened already. The first time that happened, I told his teacher to move my son away from that kid. And the kid was sitting in front of him. And the same day my son told me the kid was calling him name, I emailed the teacher. I said, please remove my son away from that kid. This is what's going on. So the teacher said she did. So now the next month, and then this happened. So I told them I don't want to deal with that every other week or every month or throughout the year. I need this to be taken care of. If next time something like that happened, and if I speak to them, I think I'm gonna tell them, the next time something like that happened and they're not doing what they're supposed to do, it's not like I know kids will be kids. It really hurts me to think that way, but at the same time, it's my job to protect my child. But if the school is not doing what they're supposed to do, I'm gonna have to call the police, because my kids, every kid who goes to school, they spend more time at school than they are at home, with the exception of weekends. So I don't want my kids to go to school afraid, and all I ask my kids to do is to learn. That's it. You see some of the things that I be doing with them, for them to read, for them to practice their whatever it is that they need to do, because this is their job right now to do that, and this is why I'm home. And for him to come home to tell me this is what's going on, and the school is claiming that they are, it seems like it's just word, but there's no action behind the words. Like they are bully free zone and all these fancy words that you be hearing around, but my kids is experiencing the bullying, and then there's no action is taken care of based on the bullies. And I just don't understand how someone is playing automatically to physically hit somebody. Something is not right at home somewhere. I don't understand how someone is playing. You're playing basketball, and then for them to hit you. The other day, I believe it was on Tuesday. Monday there was no school. It was Columbus Day. The minute I pick him up, I saw my son with a scrap on, like a scar on his chin. And I asked him what happened. He said he had no idea. So I left that alone, because he can't explain to me how that happened. But if every time he's playing and kids are like that towards him, I don't know. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking of sending her the principal email that I need to speak with her today. They said they're taking care. She responded back and said she's taking care of it. They were supposed to continue the process, because there was no time yesterday. Things came up, and they told the kids they'll take care of it today. But I don't know. And all night I was thinking about that, and I'm thinking about all those other kids who probably don't have parents, who are dealing with things like that, and they don't have their parents to comfort them, to fight for them. And this is how you see kids, ended up being worse of the kind. You have other kids who start the bullying, and the bullied don't have someone to comfort them, and then later on in life they become something else. And it hurts me. It hurts me a lot, not just for my kids, and I'm thinking of other kids who don't have any parents and things like that. So yeah, I don't know. If I think more about this, I'll bring it up, but this was just crossing my mind. I'm supposed to be shredding papers and stuff. There is more to this topic. I don't know if I had addressed it later on, because right now is December 9th. I'm editing this video, so I don't recall if I have later on I talk about this topic. Because what happened was that once I found out the school was doing some investigation and not being able to contact me to let me know this is what happened, so they were waiting to see, to get all the facts first before they contact me. That's what they told me at the time. Then later on, couple days later, I think that happened. I don't remember when that happened, but later on I find out it was my son who was the one who attacked the kid, who hit the kid. The kid started first. The kid was calling him name. I think out of anger, he hit the kid back. So most people will say, okay, the bully got what he deserved. That's not the way I saw it. As you can see, many times in this video, I showed you where I'm walking to school with him and I'm talking to him how to respond when someone is bullying him. He's not supposed to react right away. This is something he needs to train his brain, his mind, to be able to stay calm and collected, go speak to an adult, let an adult know first, then if things consistently going on, nobody's doing anything, this is when you protect yourself. He didn't do that. This is exactly what happened based on what they told me. And then later on, I confirmed that information with him. The school told me, yes, the kid was calling my son names. They were playing basketball and the kid was calling him names. Then my son, I guess, got frustrated and tired of the name calling. He hit him. That's when they stopped him and then they bring them to the dean. Now, later on, when I found out about that, they suspended my son because he hit the kid. And they didn't want to tell me anything about the other kid, but they said they're going to deal with it. Now, everyone in my family was really upset the way I proceed with this. The reason I didn't go or be upset at the school for suspending my son, I wanted to use that as a teaching moment for my son because he did not follow my rule. The first thing he was supposed to do was to speak to an adult. He did not do that. So therefore, when he got suspended, I think it was on a Friday, he was really happy. He's going to stay home. But even though I wasn't too upset with him about that, two things that he did that made me really upset with him, and I then continue I guess I then continue or argue, or there's a term for it where object to the suspension, where I will say, you can't suspend my son because he wasn't the one to start or anything like that. I could have done that, but because he did not listen to me, he did not tell an adult. Therefore, when he came home all weekend, he was in punishment. My husband did not agree with me. A couple of other members of my family did not agree with me, but I wasn't really upset about that, to tell you the truth. But because he did not listen to me, I told him, if when he hit the child, he broke the child's tooth or some sort of physical thing happened to him, do you think we have money to hire a lawyer to defend him? So I told him, when he hit the kid, something happened to him, his college money will pretty much go in trying to defend him in court. So this is why I use that as a teaching moment for my son. And I punish him, and I did not detest the suspension with the school. So I let it be, and I told him, don't you ever let that happen again. If something like that happened, the very first thing you have to do is talk to an adult. Then, if that keeps on going, then you do what you have to do to protect yourself, but at least you told somebody. It's not telling the person. That's what got him punished throughout the weekend after the suspension. So I was going to create that on another video. So while I'm at it, I just did a voiceover and get that out of the way. So I don't know if on another video you might hear that again, but pretty much that's what happened.
Okay. So I'll call you.
October 17, 8:58 p.m. 136.2. Ate a huge bowl of pasta. 2.6.